Imagine this. You're in a dimly lit cathedral in Rome. Cardinals gather, the air thick with incense. But something's off. At the center of it all is a corpse, dressed in papal robes, perched on a throne. And the Pope? He's not just there to pray. He's putting the dead man on trial. This isn't the opening scene of a horror movie. It's a real event from 897 AD. And it's one of the strangest and most unsettling moments in church history. Welcome to Hidden Histories Hub, where the past gets weird. The 9th century was chaos for the Catholic Church. Rome wasn't the calm, holy capital we imagine today. It was a hotbed of corruption, politics, and power struggles. Popes were being made and unmade like reality TV contestants. Enter Pope Formosus, a controversial figure who made a lot of enemies during his time. He'd been excommunicated, reinstated, and finally elected pope. But when he died in 896, his enemies weren't satisfied with letting him rest in peace. One man, in particular, wanted revenge. His successor, Pope Stephen VI. Formosus had allegedly made political moves that angered powerful Roman families, and Stephen was in their pocket. But instead of rewriting the past, Stephen decided to literally dig it up. The Synodus Horrenda, the Cadaver Synod, was exactly what it sounds like. In January 897, Pope Stephen had Formosus' corpse exhumed. The body had been buried for nearly 9 months. It was decomposed, grotesque, but dressed up in full papal regalia and seated on a throne. Then came the trial, a literal courtroom session complete with lawyers. Formosus, you stand accused of perjury, of ascending the papacy illegally, of being pope while excommunicated. The corpse, of course, said nothing. Stephen raged, shouted, accused the body. A deacon was appointed to speak on behalf of the corpse. Yes, really. The verdict? Guilty. As punishment, Formosus' body was stripped of papal garments. His blessing fingers were cut off, and his corpse was thrown into the Tiber River. Now you might be thinking, surely that's the end of it. But no, the people of Rome were horrified. Even by 9th century standards, this was a step too far. Whispers began. Had Stephen gone mad? Was this divine justice or political theater? The backlash was swift. Within months, Pope Stephen VI was overthrown, imprisoned, and later strangled to death in his cell. Formosus' corpse, meanwhile, was recovered from the river and reburied with honor. Later popes overturned the Cadaver Synod, calling it what it was, a grotesque abuse of power. But the damage was done. The scandal exposed the rot at the heart of the medieval papacy. The Cadaver Synod is more than just a macabre footnote. It's a symbol of what happens when politics hijack religion. Power, revenge, image control, all played out in a courtroom with a corpse. It's a reminder that history isn't just made by the living, and that sometimes the dead can still be caught in the crossfire. Even centuries later, the Cadaver Synod still echoes in books, podcasts, and historical debates. It's bizarre, it's disturbing, and it's 100% real. If you thought this was wild, wait until you hear about the time a soccer match started a war, or the African samurai who rose to power in Japan. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a story the history books forgot. Drop a comment. What would you do if you were put on trial after death? We'll feature the funniest responses in our next episode. Until next time, keep digging.